Okay. So, hello there everybody. This is my grandmother, and every week people ask me, probably at least every week I expect, how did I get into chiropractic? So I thought we'd ask my grandma to come, and so we can tell you how I got into chiropractic, because she's the reason I'm in chiropractic. So we're going to do a little interview of Grandma Delora today. So how old are you, Grandma?
88.
88 years old. Doesn't she look great? That's all because of chiropractic care, almost. I'm pretty sure, plus all the hard work. So, okay, so I was going to ask you, when was the first time you went to the chiropractor?
The first time I think was I was about 19, and I went swimming, and I came down the slippery slide head first and on my stomach. And when I hit the water, it was too far a distance between the slide and the water, and it just threw my front part up and did something to my back. It hurt so bad that I thought I was going to pass out, actually.
Wow.
It hurt that bad. So anyway, that was in one town, and when we got back to the other town, our own town, then I looked up a chiropractor.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And he straightened me out, and 3 or 4 treatments, I thought I was lots better. Then as I got older, that place has always given me a little trouble, but somehow or other the doctor keeps straightening it out.
Is that your low back or is that your neck?
No, that's my low back.
That's the low back that gives you the problem. So, so you've been using a chiropractor then pretty much all your life since you were 19 then?
I have.
Yeah, kind of for back and neck pains whenever it bothered you? Gotcha, gotcha. Now when you first went to the chiropractor back when you were 19, I expect chiropractic wasn't looked upon favorably as much as it is today, even though we are not looked upon all that favorably sometimes even today. But back then I'm sure it was kind of strange to go to a chiropractor.
Yes, it was, and people thought and I'd wind up with a broken back or something like that, you know, but I knew where I was getting the relief.
Yeah.
So I was not afraid to have chiropractic at all. But
what made you think about going to the chiropractor the first time? I mean, did somebody say go to the chiropractor?
No, I couldn't think of anything else.
Anything else, no? So.
I couldn't think of anything else because it was a different pain. You know, it wasn't anything that a pill's going to help. And so I just said to myself, I was not living at home at the time, and in fact they were in Kansas and I was in Colorado. And so there wasn't really anybody to ask, so I just decided that was the thing to do.
Wow, great, awesome. And so now let's get to the important questions here. Do you remember how you got me involved into chiropractic?
Oh, I do indeed. I remember that well.
So tell the story how you got me into chiropractic.
All right.
If it varies from my story, I'll tell my story.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had a big lunch or dinner over to my place, and so we were all kind of loafing around, and you started rubbing backs. And so we all were lined up, and when it came my turn, I was there on the table, and we were talking about what you were going to do when you got out of college.
Yeah.
So I said, what are you going to do? And you said, well, I'm not sure, Grandma. I don't know really what to do. And I said, well, you do such a good job rubbing everybody's back. Maybe you would consider being a chiropractic. And I never thought anything about what I said being offensive. And my daughter spoke up immediately, and she says, why, Mother, what are you thinking about? All my training being a nurse, and you would talk about being a chiropractor. I talk about my son, she said, being a chiropractor.
She did raise a real smart daughter, didn't you?
So I said, well, honey, sometimes there's something that a chiropractor can help that a medical doctor can't. And anyway, I said, he seems to have a natural talent for that, because I remember John telling me about at college, the girls would make him a chocolate cake if they just rubbed their back.
There you go, yeah.
And I remembered that. And so I kind of had that in my mind, but it really did just kind of pop out when I said that. And so I was thrilled to pieces when he decided that's what he wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So then about